Hey, is there somebody there? Average for you, duration. How come I'm not seeing anybody come up? Would they pick Cutter Goche? They took the big center. He's probably going to be a left winger. Yeah. Hey, whoever's here. Nice pick by the Flyers. Cutter Goche, that's the kind of guy, team that they want to build around. I don't know if he's a left winger, big, solid, fast. So that means you're a check. Probably you're a check. Who's got the 7th pick? Chicago, right? Didn't they trade for the 7th pick? I think it'll be Juracek going to Chicago. Almost for sure. Let me bring it up here. Hi, whoever's in there. Can you believe the trade? Ottawa got a steal for DeBrincat. Are you kidding me? Possession driver, 50-goal scorer. Crazy. Where is the draft here? No, it's Columbus now. Are they going to take Juracek? They could surprise everybody and take anybody. Like, I could see them taking Lekermaki. They beat to their own drum, the New Jersey Devils. And whatever Kekalainen picks, Hey, oh shoot. Hey, Mark Brown, what's up? CL. I don't know, man. I like that Cutter kid. I think he's gonna work out well. Juracek. Honestly, I don't know enough. No, I don't think it's too much at all. I think Doc is just had a bad year. I mean, he's going to be a top two center, big top two center. They needed that. I thought Montreal did well. This is not a strong draft. 13th overall. It's not a super strong draft. So Chicago's like tear down rebuild. Holy shit, man. Crazy. They are going to be absolutely garbage next year. And that's what they want. They're tanking hardcore. Tanking hardcore next year. I will see. I don't know what it is about Juracek. He's probably one of those guys that happens to me all the time where I think that, he's one of those guys that I think that's going to be vanilla but ends up being fantastic. But what an amazing draft. Nemitz going to New Jersey. And all the Shane Wright attitude problem seems to come as a good possibility here. Like, I heard a lot of stuff about his attitude and stuff. I don't know. Columbus Blue Jackets. Mark Brown, are you still there, buddy? You never know with Columbus what they're going to do. They could go completely off the board. All right, nice. They could go completely off the board. I think they want defensemen, so I think they're going to go with Juracek. Kekalainen. Yeah, they did take Juracek. Yeah, they wanted defensemen. I know that they're actually looking to try to get Chikrin. I heard that they were looking to trade for Chikrin. I heard that Miller was on the table hardcore here, but nothing seems to have panned out yet. These are right shot defensemen. Probably not going to be ready for a few years, but he's big, solid. His skating is like okay. But 11 points in 29 games in the Czech League, that's pretty darn good, man, for a kid that's like 18 years old. So nothing off the board for Columbus. And now we got now we got the Chicago Blackhawks at 7. And after trade, I mean, I don't know if position matters now. You just got to take the best player available. I've heard a lot of people love Kevin Churchinski, 6'2", left-hand D. But after losing all those forwards, you got to think that they're probably. I think it's Leckermacki maybe. Maybe they're going to go off the board and take Brad Lambert. Or maybe Matthew Savoy. Matthew Savoy here. Because now they have no centers. Yeah, it's interesting with Chicago. I wonder if all that stuff that happened in Chicago. A lot of these players said that they weren't comfortable playing there. I wonder about that. No, they're crying. The Eurochecks. The mom is, anyways. Hey, how you doing, Lauren? Thought I'd jump on for a while for the draft. I was hoping I'd have Peyton on, but Peyton's a little bit. Yeah, I am surprised by a lot of shit. I'm not so surprised by the Nemec pick. But I told you, Shane Wright, there was the rumors about his attitude, Lauren. Like having I don't know what it is, but I'm not showing up on your feed. I don't know. Because they don't like me to go live, I guess. Well, I don't really like Gorgiev, Brown, Mark, so I don't know. Maybe Colorado's going to. I really think, they're tempting, I don't know, Gorgiev. Their goalie coaches must see something. I don't know why I didn't show up in the feed. Yeah, it was just attitude. I didn't know. All I knew is if he does have an attitude problem, as they were saying, I probably would have passed on him too. Yeah, I think they did well, and I mean, we'll see what Colorado's goaltending coaches can do with and what they can do with Gorgiev. Because I mean, let's just face it, the last 2 years he looked like hot ass, man. He looked terrible. One way you guys all tap that like button. Hit the like button. It'll come up on the feed if I show more likes and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why you didn't come up in the feed, I think. I don't think I'm shadow banned, but. Oh, I gained a subscriber today. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll change my. Let's see if I can get an NHL draft thing, and I'll change my. Chicago's up now. Yeah, I told you, Korchinski. I knew they were going to take Korchinski. I was pretty sure they were going to take Korchinski. He was moving up so fast. Chicago's going full ass rebuild. Like, well, they got to say that they want to be traded. Why would they want to stay there? Like, that team is going to suck hot ass, man. It's going to be horrible. They're not going to go out and get a goaltender. They're going to use Lankinen. Like, it is straight freaking tank in Chicago. Like, you're not getting the message, Tage? You want to sit there and just absolutely suck? Really? It's time to move on, buddy. It's time to move on. We'll see, Kraken Hawk, because the reason why he fell was because of his serious attitude problems, apparently. Guys, like when he went, apparently he's got serious attitude problems. It's been talked about for like 2 or 3 months now. When they did the interviews, like, but on the same note, he might have been telling them he wanted to go to Seattle because I mean he's the number one guy there, right? Like, not to mention they're not capped out. You know, they can pay him max dollars. Like Shane Wright seems like he looks like he's going for the big money. Yeah, big ego, big ego. He's going to be looking for big money. You're not going to be getting a hometown discount out of Shane Wright. And a lot of teams are drafting like that now. They don't care how good you are. If you've got an attitude where you want to make max dollar, they don't want you. They want the cap is more important to them. So, he's going to have to fight it out with Beniers. Yeah, the cap area, people, they talk about it. And if they figure that a guy like Colorado does it, Colorado drafts guys based on, they have serious conversations about their salary expectations and what they, their goals are. And if they get an indication that they're going to be a guy that's not going to shade off $1 million, then they'll do it. Well, I mean, not everybody has a big ego that's like that. Like, they're talking about attitude like Nolan Patrick, and Yakupov. I hope not Yakupov, because Yakupov was like, Yakupov pissed off every single general manager that talked to him. They were like, they totally soured on him when they talked to him. Is it? Yeah. The other thing is, it could simply be just like don't you kind of get the feeling that the general managers might be just sort of doing handshakes and saying, like, they already knew this. We're going to give you Shane Wright. The owners that brought in Seattle to get millions of dollars said, we'll make sure we take care of you. And maybe it's something like that. That's the other thing. And if that's the case, then great for Kraken fans. I hope that attitude shit isn't true. And if it is true, I don't know. I can't see Francis taking a kid with attitude either. I mean, Francis was the most unattitude person ever when he played. So I can't see him. I can't see him doing that. See what happens when you tap that like button, everybody? We got 6 people in here now. If you're in here, tap that like. What was the Seth Jones situation? Yeah. Oh, it happens, Mark. It happens. It happens. There's a whole lot that goes in the draft. Like, I wouldn't, on the other side, if he does have an attitude, like, I think it's more likely he said he wanted to go to Seattle because Seattle is where he's going to make the biggest dollars. Seattle has all the cap room in the world. He can make max dollar in Seattle. If he goes to Montreal, they're capped out already. They already got Suzuki there. And Arizona has no money. Nobody wants to go there. So if he's got an attitude, he's going to be like, I don't want to go there either, so don't bother drafting me. New Jersey already has Heischer and Hughes. He doesn't want that competition. See what I'm saying? So it might have been him basically saying, I don't want to go to you guys. Telling you right now, I want to go to Seattle. It might have been just that. I wouldn't doubt that. Oh, you're okay. So you're being sarcastic, Mark. Sorry about that. Cool. Yeah, I think it's more likely that Shane Wright basically told in his interview process and told his agent, who did they pick, Detroit? Shit, I'm talking and I didn't even see who Detroit took. Who did they take? Oh, Casper. And everybody was saying they were going to take Casper. Models game after Keith Kachuk. Well, that's Matthew Kachuk. Well, that's nice. Speaks Swedish and German. They love their Swedes in Detroit, don't they? They just love their Swedes there. Now they got another Swede. Edvinson, Raymond, Casper. And they probably knocked it out of the park. Probably. Wow. What was Casper? Is he a center? Because they needed centers. So Savoy does drop like everybody thought he was. Okay, Casper was a little bit off the board. He's a center. Big guy. More than likely, if Stevie Eiserman picked him, he's pretty darn good. They needed a center big time. They've always been they pick they love Swedes. And this has been talked about for a long time. It's like it wasn't even it wasn't very well hidden. They were taking Casper. And the reason why they love Swedes, I talk about this sometimes in the vids that I do, is the Swedish culture is very family orientated. And they're fairly clean living guys. So they hang out with each other and they build a really good team environment. They embrace everybody and they love hanging out as a family. So they really make a family-like atmosphere on a team. And also, they're usually very highly educated and very intelligent as well, as the education is free in Sweden. So everybody pretty much goes to higher education in Sweden. Maybe he could. We'll see how he builds this Detroit team, but I imagine he's my hero. He's my man crush. Stevie Y has been my man crush ever since he played hockey, and now even more so as a general manager. Stevie Eiserman and Roddy Brindamore. Yeah, monster hockey IQ for sure. He builds a team in Tampa and they win like 3 cups, and now he's going to build a team in Detroit and they're probably going to be similar. And notice Stevie Eisenman was not afraid to take a goalie in the first round, Kosa, last year. So Buffalo is ninth. And I think they take Savoy here, even though they're pretty stacked up the middle with Cousins and I mean probably best player available though, right? Matthew Savoy, they did take Savoy. Tage Thompson, right? Who is the number one free agent? Well, I mean, don't get too big on Beniers yet. I mean, the fact that he had 9 points in 10 games doesn't mean much. It's how much are you going to do in an 80 game season? It's way different than playing an 80 game season. He's still young. Uh, as far as Shane Wright, I doubt Shane Wright plays next year. Savoy, Savoy is probably the guy. I doubt Shane Wright plays next year. I don't think it would be wise, certainly if he's having maturity issues. But I am hearing they're looking at the free agent market. And honestly, I don't know. Francis seems to confuse me in what he does. I would think he'd be looking at younger free agents. There's a couple guys that I think he might look at that play his style of game, like Trocheck out of Carolina. I just want to see here who's next. So it's Anaheim now, and I think they're going to pick a defenseman. And I think they're going to take Mitten Yukov. They might take Lettermacky. Oh, and maybe Kamel. Kamel, like I have a feeling they're going to take a defenseman. If all things being equal, I think they'll take Pavel Metinyukov, and I would have took him already. I love that guy, so I think they're getting a solid pick there. But he looked different on the ice. Who looked different? Yeah, he Savoy looks like I don't know. It looks like a good second line center, I guess. They're packing a lot of talent there in Buffalo. Uh, yeah, I mean he looks solid. There's no doubt about it. Beniers is going to be great, but it's and like you can bring up a lot of guys and for 10 or 12 games, they look great and they probably will learn to be that great over an 82 game season. But it takes 95% of the time, it takes time to be able to do that over an 82 game season. It just takes time to build up the muscle mass, the mental wherewithal, everything, to pace yourself, all of those things like that. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes with it. So, I mean, if he can crush it, if he can get a 50-point pace next year, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic for a kid his age. Yeah, Ivan Miramashenko would have already been picked if he wasn't Russian. For sure. But we don't know how long it's going to be before the Russians will play, so it's too bad. Before they'll even be able to come over, the way things are going. I'm not a Debbie Downer, dude. I'm a realist. You want to come on? Yeah, you want to come on and ask a question. I'm not very good at being positive about things I'm not totally positive about. Like the people that do it on TV, they're really good at it. They're really good at saying that something without making it sound like they're actually saying it. They'll start off with things like, I really like this guy, and all that stuff like that. And then they'll use terms like, well, I don't know how he's going to work out over the 82-game season, but I think he has a really good chance. They make it positive. I got to learn how to do that. I'm just not very good at it. I just flat out say it as I see it. I probably never will learn how to do that, I guess. I piss people off sometimes, I guess, but I could be totally wrong, man. I mean, he's big. He's extremely intelligent. Beniers looks like he could be like a Tavares. He could just crush it. He could crush it. I'm just saying that most guys, when their first 82-game season, a 50-point season is what you're looking at. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's freaking amazing for a 20-year-old to have a 50-point season. Look at all the people in Lafreniere in New York Rangers, and they're saying he's a bust. That was crazy. If you can put up 25 points and play good D as a 19-year-old in the league, you're going to be great. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, Anaheim. Pat Verbeek. Used to love him when he played. Yeah, I told you I got it right. I'm good at this, eh? I would have already took him. I love the guy. Mintyukov. That's who I thought they would take. I would have taken him already. I love Mintyukov. I think he could be better than Juracek, to tell you the honest truth. Yeah, I can't call. I don't know what the attitude situation was with him. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, he's probably going to have to get the chip knocked off by the sounds of it. Like he's going to have to be humbled a little bit. I think you're going to see some growing pains with him. But I mean, it's just he has a style that is not. It's so two-way and everything. Like he's got a style much like with the way Francis played. And if you play that kind of defensive style like that, it's so weird that a guy plays like that and has an ego. Usually ego guys are like Yakupov. They're pure offense. Not two-way guys like him. So next, what's next? I picked them all so far, haven't I? Since I started here. Okay. So Buffalo. Oh, okay, San Jose. I would say San Jose wants another defenseman too, but I don't think there's anything out there. Mitayukov. Are they going to go with Lettermacki? Lettermacki. I think they're going to take Lettermacki. Because didn't they take a Swede already? Wasn't that Eriksson? And he's a Swede too. Yeah, I think they'll take Leckermacki. I mean, to play with his buddy Eklund. No, I don't. They don't. I don't know. They don't know. Oh, sounds like a trade, maybe. Trade? Would you stop booing Batman for the love of God? Anyways. I'd like to announce a trade. Trade, baby. The Arizona Coyotes trade pick number 11, the next pick in this draft, to the San Jose Sharks for picks 27, 34, and 45 in the 2022 draft. That means San Jose grabs a whole bunch of picks. That's smart, actually. I actually don't mind that move for San Jose. San Jose, you're on the clock. They trade. San Jose gets 2 late firsts and a second.
I think San Jose traded the 11th pick to Arizona for those 3 draft picks. You saw Mike Greer's, the newly minted.
San Jose traded the 11th pick to the Coyotes for the 27th, 34th, and so one first and 2 seconds. So they get 3 picks. That makes sense because they need to stockpile their prospects. And Arizona only moves up 1 spot.
We're looking for the best hockey players. We're looking, to get our franchise going in the right direction, towards winning the Stanley Cup. And we think this player is going to really help us get there. Have things unfolded tonight as you expected, or have you even been surprised by what we've seen?
Yeah, I think that was a really smart move by San Jose. And, AZ wants to get their guy. Nothing wrong with doing what they're doing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either. I think it could be a great play for both organizations. San Jose needs lots of picks. And they need to hit them hard. I think it was a good move by San Jose. So, to do that. Because, from here on in, you could probably pick a guy as good as the guy you're going to pick here. Now, what do I think Arizona's going to do here? So, Arizona drafted Cooley, right? Maybe they're going to go after Lettermacki or Joakim Kemmel. They're not going to add to their defense, though? I mean, there's not much defense here to go for. This is going to be interesting. I have a feeling I'm going to take a lucky guess here. They took Cooley. I think they'll go with Kemmel. Another big shooter. But I mean, yeah, it could be either one. Leckermacki to get they have no centers whatsoever. So I could see them stocking up their center spot. I think it's Leckermacki. So far, I've got them all right, but this one's tough. Kemmel is a first shot. What do they have in? Like they quite often like to have their countrymen combined. Oh, that's another guy, Urov. If they want to go with a Russian, but I think they're gonna. I don't. Urov might not be able to come over for a while, or Leckermacki. See, what does Arizona have?
Both those players have 2-year contracts still in Europe, so definitely they're ways away from coming over. And that could play a role as well if the team's looking for immediate help. And again, they're looking for some good PR as well as we see Bill Armstrong heading up to the podium.
Nick Schmaltz is American.
Had to sort of start from scratch here with the Arizona Coyotes. And again, Logan Cooley's a good big building block.
Soderstrom, maybe Victor Soderstrom. He's a Swede. This one's tough. They went after Atu Ratu from the Islanders. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that Islanders trade yet. They got Romanov for the 13th pick. That was an interesting trade. They took Geeky? Wow. Why did they need to move up to get Geeky? Okay, that's the first one what the hell is that? He's a big kid. He's not going to be ready for a long time. He almost fell down the stairs.
Congratulations to you.
I guess that's why they took him. He's a pretty boy. He's going to sell tickets. He just tore his ACL. He's from Manitoba. Strathclair. Wow. That is, that one's a surprise to me. To move up to get him, you seriously, San Jose was going to take Geeky there? I don't get that. I don't get that. I doubt that San Jose was taking Connor Geeky there. Yeah, he's a good-looking kid, right? I mean, he'll sell some tickets just with the ladies, I think, there, probably.
That is great stuff there. Yeah, and he's an all-around athlete, guys. I mean, he's played at a high level.
I was really surprised that they moved. I'm not surprised that they took him as much as moving up for him. I'm not really sure about why you would do that. I doubt very much San Jose was taking him. Yeah, he's a big guy. He doesn't play big like Sean Thornton, but he doesn't have the skill of Thornton. That's the bad thing. I don't know who you would compare him to. Who's a soft, big player that can score like 45 points for you? He's like a really nice kid. You know,
Got my whole family here, so it's a pretty special moment. And obviously, I had my hopes up when they made the trade. So yeah, I'm super excited.
yeah, but I mean, no, their next pick was next. They only move up one spot in the trade. They were going to move. They were going to be next. Now San Jose picks. San Jose just scooped a whole crap load of picks. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't what happened there. Okay, let me check that again. I think I made a mistake here. Something doesn't seem right here. What was the actual trade? The Columbus Blue Jackets pick next.
He's not really that. He's a really thoughtful player, and he's a guy that sometimes hangs on to the puck a little bit too long. He wants to make that perfect play. He has great creativity in his game, and oftentimes you don't see that when you have a big guy like that who has that kind of skill and creativity. We more think along the Gauthier power forward side. This guy's a little bit of a unicorn in that regard. Let's get back down to the draft floor with Elliott.
Oh, there's a trade? Oh no, that was no.
For a long time. Yeah, it's exciting time for us. We had a game plan getting out of the gate here, just using some assets that we acquired during the year.
Okay, Coyotes acquire. Okay, so they moved up to the 11th spot to get Geeky. Okay, that's different. I thought for some reason they only moved up one spot, but I was wrong. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. I apologize. That was their guy. They wanted him, and they didn't think he was going to come down to them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I apologize. I had that wrong. Joey, how you doing, buddy? Look, I love Columbus. Kekalainen's one of the best. Okay, who do I think they're going to pick now? Because that one surprised the shit out of me. They could be anywhere here. I think now Lecker goes, but I mean, Columbus could like a guy down. Anyway, you're off. Yeah, nice. They picked up Matachuk. Denton Matachuk. Nice pickup. So they're focusing on D big time there. Strong skating guy. 64 points in 65 games. Nothing wrong with that. Super smart player. Yeah, they probably hit it out of the park there, buddy. He is just, I would never, if Kekalainen picks him, he was probably the right pick. To your favorite team. Not my favorite team. But not, I'm not, I want to go to Seattle. It looks like a really pretty city. And Ron Francis is one of my favorite players of all time. I like the way Columbus is working on their defense now. They got Juracek. They got Matejchuk. So what's next? It's really hard to pick now. So the Islanders traded their pick to Montreal, right? For Romanov. They needed to do something with their defense. That was I don't mind that move at all. If you got Romanov with your a Romanov level player with that pick. So Montreal, no, Chicago. Chicago picks next? How did that happen? There we go. Jeez, this has been a crazy.
Let's do this. This will be fun.
Okay, Chicago acquire. Oh, yeah, that's right. 2021 first. That's right, they gave up Doc. Montreal took the first round pick, traded it to Chicago for the 13th and the 66th. And they could take anybody. Like, they need everybody here. I'm surprised Lecker-Mackey has gone so far down. I'm not surprised that Kemmel is. Kemmel's got a lot of holes in his game. I could see them going with Liam Ogren here or Jonathan Lecker-Mackey. Frank Nazar is a safe pick. Yeah, well, it sounds like they're going to sign some free agents, though. That's what I've heard. Like, they're looking to build, but not that slow. Like, they don't want to build super slow. Which makes, like, obviously with some of the moves that they already made with Larson, you know, they got a lot of veterans already on their team that are going to be there for a long time. So they're building really interesting. Kind of almost outside of the box a little bit. Let's see, what would Seattle be doing here? Oh, I miss doing this, guys. Seattle. So, yeah, they went out and got Jaden Schwartz, which I didn't like that. He's too injured. The guy cannot stop being injured, and he had the problem again. You know, they have Brandon Tanev. They went out and got solidified their defense right off the get-go with Larson and Alexiak on the right side. You know, that they're 29 years old, so they're going to be there until some younger guys come in and take over their spots. I have a feeling, like I said, I think Trocheck would be a guy maybe that they're looking at. Trocheck is just, he's that type of player. He's Francis's type of player. And they want veterans to play the way Francis likes a team to play so the young guys can lean on that. And Trocheck just seems like such a Seattle-type player.
Try and grab him and say, oh, I need to do that. Trust me, you can't teach offense at the NHL level. If he's got it in there...
Pick 13. I think it's Lecker-Mackey, but at this stage of the draft, I mean, there could be lots of guys. It could be Snuggerud.
Hear what they're going to do. Kyle Davidson, the GM of the Chicago Blackhawks, expected to make a pick in a matter of moments. Chicago Blackhawks are proud to select for the United States National Development Team.
Nazar. Yeah, Nazar. Nazar. Like, he's the safest pick. Nazar, yeah. He's a safe pick.
What a nice celebration it is for Frank Nazar, 13th overall, third player from the U.S. National Team Development Program. And remember, such great things lately and getting guys to the National Hockey League.
Where is he from?
That's great. He's so tight with his sisters. He gets to hug them all. It's just such an awesome experience for him. And he's a dog and a bone type player. A really good player who works in small spaces. He can score off the rush.
He's a hard-working dude, man. He's got a pretty high floor in the sense that he's almost certainly going to be an NHLer. It's just a question of like what kind of NHLer he's going to be. A guy that almost had the same name as him is a guy that I think could be like his low end, like Lazar in Boston. He's not a big dude, but he plays with a lot of heart. He plays with a lot of heart. So Leckermacki keeps on falling here. But man, he's not going to be ready for a while. And Korchinski's not going to be around for a while. Like, this team is going to suck so hardcore. For sure.
He's learning to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder here. No question. I know one thing they're worried about at the University of Michigan is draft rights in the hockey league are owned by the London Knights. And it's not a sure thing. And we better make sure that he gets it.
University of Michigan. Yaroslav. So were you? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to be between Chicago and... oh, yeah, that was the other surprise. Fleury signs 2 more years in Minnesota. I did not see that coming, man. I did not see him staying in Minnesota. I really didn't. They need defense, hardcore. But I don't think he'll care about that. I'm just thinking, like, they got to pick people that are going to want to be there. I have a feeling they go with somebody's going to go with Brad Lambert here. They need guys that want to be there. I wish they told you where they were from. Yeah, he's not going to take an American for sure. Do they have? Okay, they got Ehlers there. I wish they showed where they came from. Ryan Chesley. Where's Ryan Chesley? He's from the U.S. Oh, maybe Owen Pickering from Swift Current. Oh, they'd do well to pick Western Swift Current. that is closer to Winnipeg area, stuff like that. And I think that, oh, and I love Lion Bishop from Sweden. Left hand defenseman. Big ass dude. Big ass dude.
Taken by Chicago. And all smiles and a great addition, great young man from all accounts. And here we see now the Winnipeg Jets and all the executives heading to the stage.
Lambert, yeah.
Final thoughts, because the Jets again, they're in an interesting situation. You mentioned Pierre-Luc Dubois. We know there's been speculation about moving some of the key parts. Could be a very big offseason here for Kevin Cheveldayoff.
Cheveldayoff finally lost a little weight. He was gaining pretty hardcore there for a while. Looks like he started working out a bit. They need D, but there's not many D on the board, so it'll be interesting to see. I think I could see Pickering, but I also think I could see Lettermacki.
First of two first-round picks from the Jets. They also have the 30th pick, courtesy of the Andrew Pop trade to the New York Rangers. So we'll be seeing more of the Jets later in this first round. We can also tell you the Vancouver Canucks. They are on deck with the 15th pick. But first, it's the Jets with the 14th selection here at the NHL entry draft in Montreal, hydrated by BioSteel. Winnipeg Jets would like to thank the city of Montreal for the tremendous hospitality in this week. Merci beaucoup. I'd like to extend our deepest condolences to the Marchand family as a Jets 1.0 draft pick. I'd like to acknowledge our season ticket members who are at our draft party back in Winnipeg at the Rec Room. And with the 14th pick, Winnipeg Jets are proud to select from the U.S. National Development
U.S.
Program, Rutger McGroarty.
Oh my God, they took McGroarty. Oh, I should have known that because they have been going big on everybody. Big, 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 big.
His father, Jim, from Streetville, Ontario. Oh,
Wow.
great moment there. He was a 50-goal scorer.
What a pick.
ECHL and WCHL as well. This guy captained the U.S. under-18 team.
I should have known that. They've been going complete size. Everything is big, big, big.
Speaks to the competitiveness. Here's a guy that he was playing with all season long and had no problem throwing that in. When it comes to McGroarty, you talk about the skating, you worry about it a little bit. He's working
I'll never only talk about one team. You can come on here, buddy. If you come on, I'll talk Kraken. You can bring all your friends. If you own the chat, if you bring all your Kraken friends, I'll talk Kraken as much as you want. Lauren's a Carolina fan. The guys that come on here, generally, we talk every single team. Every team. So I'm an Oilers fan. You think I'd have an Oilers, but I'm not. I don't talk just Oilers. I do talk Oilers quite a bit, yeah. My friend Peyton and I do Oilers lives a lot, but we do lives for all the teams, so. But if you come on, we'll talk about whatever you want, man. That's kind of the way it is here. Mark Brown, we talk about the Rangers a lot. Mark Brown, turn it back to Rangers, yeah. I haven't seen, what's his name, the big Leafs fan there. I haven't heard from him for a while, actually. Oh, what's his name? But we got fans from everywhere here. So you'd have to compete. Bring a bunch of guys in, and we had some people come in and like a lot of Minnesota fans for a while there. But I pissed them off because I told them I didn't think they were a contender. And they didn't like that. So. Wow, taking McGroarty. Love the name, too. Some wild stuff happening around us here in the stands as well, but it's Rutger McGroarty, who goes 14th overall to Winnipeg. We'll be hearing from him in just a matter of moments. And again, Vancouver is on the board at 15. Some pretty good picks have gone at 15. Joe Sakic. And he was a U.S. guy.
We're not sure if Patrick Alvin in his very first pick with the Canucks is going to hit a home run Yeah, McCourty is that type of guy. You're not never going to worry.
Oh, yeah?
The leadership that he brings to the table. I mean, you think about where's hockey Packers.
Were you watching on my channel?
The general manager of the USHL franchise there.
Or Peyton's channel?
His minor hockey. His dad's from Toronto, so he spent some time there in the summer. He's all over the map to try and.
Oh, McCourty's dad is from Toronto, so that's why they picked him. So if his dad's from Toronto, Winnipeg's not all that far from Toronto. So it could work out perfect for him. And that's the kind of guys they got to pick in Winnipeg. They got to find reasons why they want to stay there. Because it's not a town that you really want to stay in. Oh, they had a live feed. Yeah, okay. Cool. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy game. That was for sure a crazy game.
I should have gone here, I should have gone there. Love that. This kid's been around hockey his whole life, and he's bawling his eyes out. You gotta love it. It's fantastic to see that. But again, the unbridled enjoyment that comes from these guys. Frank Nazar hugging his three sisters, like so cool to see that experience live and on TV. All right, let's send it down to Pearlo.
Rector, you're looking at your dad there. He's crying. What's more surprising, that he's crying or on the phone?
I don't know. I mean, he's a working man, so I love that he's on the phone talking to people, but he's a little ball baby. He said he wasn't going to cry, but he's a little ball baby. I knew it.
What's the best moment of your life? Hugging your parents, your family, and then seeing your U.S. teammates?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, just all the support.
I don't know. I liked McGrorty just for his name alone. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of a player he is.
What's Barb Underhill meant to your career in the past year working with her?
Barb's the best. I mean, she's taught me so many different things, just from mechanics to just staying loose, just a little bit of everything. Honestly, she's my very first skating coach, so it's unbelievable, and yeah, I love her.
Oh, wow.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you, means a lot. All right,
nice.
Vancouver, they're about to make their first pick. They haven't had a first round.
So Vancouver's next. Hockey on a cruise ship would be just beautiful. Wouldn't mind that at all. It's going to be interesting to see which. Oh, they're going Lekkerimäki for sure. Lekkerimäki for sure. They're picking the Swede. Although, I mean, they need defensemen, but.
By trading into the 15th spot. I know in February, over Finland and Sweden, the man all the way to the left of your screen is on.
I think they're going Lekkerimäki for sure.
He was over Europe watching Kemmel and Lekkerimäki. Well, let's hear what Patrick Albini. They've reshaped their front office, of course, with all sorts of additions. And, Tammy Granato, Emily Castonguay, assistant GMs. And they're making their pick now. Vancouver Canucks select from Sweden, the NHL, Djurgården, and Jonathan Lekkerimäki.
Yeah, I told you, Lekkerimäki. Yeah, I figured that. They love their Swedes in Vancouver like Detroit loves their Swedes. So I wouldn't even doubt that, like, Winnipeg passed on Lekkerimäki because he wanted to go to Vancouver. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised that everybody passed on him because he wanted to go to Vancouver. They love their Swedes, man.
When the game's on the line and you need a goal, somebody gets a puck out of a corner, puts it on his stick, he's putting it in the back of the net.
I heard he's like Burakovsky, but he's a center. Just 1 second. I got to open this. I'm getting warm in here. I got to open up my...
Sam 5'11", 165, but he'll fill out. And what do you think about this pick? It's interesting because when we have him in the room at the combine, to me, I mean, he's a pretty well put together considering he doesn't weigh a lot. So there is a lot of room to put some muscle onto that frame to add a little more weight. And you hope when doing so that he doesn't lose that ability to shoot the puck because the release is big time. It's NHL ready right now. play against men in Djurgården, and he handled himself unbelievably well in some pretty intense moments.
26 games in the Swedish Elite League, scored 7 goals. As you guys mentioned, the one thing that we hear about him repeatedly is skilled scorer.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no question. There is some cheat in this game. I mean, this is a guy that's going to have to be coached up a bit. And when he gets here, it's going to just be some frustrating nights. We see guys like
Sees he scored 7 goals in 26 games in the Swedish Elite League. That is freaking amazing. But apparently he doesn't like defense all that much, so a lot of work to do that way. He likes to fly the zone and stuff. But 7 goals in 26 games? Holy crap. That's a lot for an 18-year-old.
Well, here he is on his strong side flank. You're going to see a release top bar down. He works the back flank a lot. Here he is.
So I was going to look at what the Islanders look like now. The Islanders got Romanov. So they got, Romanov and Dobson. And Salo Mayfield. It's not bad, but I mean, I think you're going to see more from the Islanders yet, though. Oh, yeah. They love Swedes, man. Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, JT Miller's, he's not very good defensively. Horvat didn't have a good year defensively. Yeah. High-octane offense there. There was talk that they were having discussions with the Islanders. I imagine that would be for, apparently Beauvillier wants to leave there. That would have been a Miller deal, and they would have got the 13th overall plus. So I guess that deal fell apart. The Buffalo Sabres now picked with Vegas's pick. So that'll be interesting. I think they could use the winger here. Maybe they finally take Kamel. Maybe they finally take Kamel here. But Kamel is one of those guys that he doesn't look like his game is going to translate very well.
You've got tomorrow, and then of course you got free agency. There's a lot of time to get that sorted out if that's the road they want to go down.
I would expect that they're going to do some business, not just on the amateur side and the pro side too. I don't like speculating about players being traded. I don't think it's appropriate. But JT Miller's name has been out there for a long time.
Well, here it's appropriate. It's okay here.
Yeah,
there's the human side of things. We get that too, but that's kind of what we do. Keeps us
okay.
We don't know what we're talking about. We can speculate a little bit on it. Kevin Adams for the second time tonight making his way up to the podium.
Buffalo. I think they might take the Kamel here. But they could go off the board. Snuggerud, his father played for Buffalo. Maybe it's time for them to go for the...
I honestly, at this point, list, don't have a clue, except for the fact that there's still some outstanding games. I mean, look where Pemmel's...
Yeah, the pass. I bet you they go for Snuggerud. Snuggerud is I think... I would go with Snuggerud here. Actually, I'm a little surprised Snuggerud did get picked a little higher. He's got so many aspects to his game that you got to love.
With the 16th pick, the Buffalo Sabres are proud to select from Djurgården in the Swedish Hockey
No, Kamel. Oh, Noah Olin. Oh, that was a good one, too. I forgot about him. Nice. Noah Oslin, yeah.
Another Swedish player, Noah Oslin, center out of Sweden. And
Yeah, that's a good pick, too.
With the 16th overall pick.
What's his name?
He makes players.
Gravite had him very, very high.
One of the most competitive players at the under 18.
I like that is a really good pick.
He played in all situations. Here he's picking up a puck off the rush, little pocket play, distributes it.
Wow, they're going to be a scrappy team, this Buffalo team, man. I'll tell you right now. That's going to be one hell of a team. People are talking about the Rangers, but I don't know. This Buffalo team's going to be a powerhouse. Not very long either. They knock it out of the park with a goaltender here soon. And I don't know. They got a lot of good pieces there in Buffalo right now.
Really stands out. Sam makes everybody around him look better. He's got eyes all over his head. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. Him walking up the stage, I mean, he looks young. He looks like he's 14, 15 years old. That speaks to me of great growth potential with his ability to add strength, to add muscle, maybe grow another inch or two.
Oh, he does look really young, yeah.
I would love that if I'm the Buffalo Sabres. I can mold this putty anyway.
Lowest body fat percentage at the combine. Wow.
It's funny how that works out.
So he's a workout nut. That's good.
Being able to watch three players, and so your garden obviously doing a good job with their young players. They're giving them the
Nice pickup. So, like I said, we still got Snuggerud here. And I thought Kemmel was going to fall quite a bit, and he certainly has. Brad Lambert, and Yuri Kulich moved up really fast. Who's up next? Nashville. I have a feeling Nashville's going to go with Urov. And they're not going to care that he's going to be a bit a ways.
Let's send it off to the commissioner who's on the podium.
Long-time general manager and NHL executive Jim Gregory was perhaps one of the most beloved figures in the history of the National Hockey League. In his memory, the General Manager of the Year award is named. To present the Jim Gregory NHL GM of the Year.
Oh, GM of the Year.
Longtime Montreal Canadian, both as a player and a general manager, and a member of the Hockey Hall of Fame, Serge Savard.
Who General Manager of the Year? I thought about this. It always surprises you. Like, it's always somebody you wouldn't think it would be. Maybe Waddell. Waddell would be a good pick. Shorzy? I don't even know who Shorzy is. Waddell would be well deserved. Oh, Adams would be pretty deserving, but they didn't make the playoffs.
It is a great pleasure. It's an honor for me to be here tonight to give to honor the general manager of the year.
Maybe Blake in LA. That'd be a good pick. Or Colorado. Joe Sakic. Why not?
Gregory, I think of a hard-working guy. I think of honesty.
It's certainly not Holland or Chuck Fletcher or Florida Panthers. Yeah, what's his name? I always forget his name from Florida. That would be a good one too. Joe Sakic, Julien Brisebois. Well, late in the draft is not my forte. I love the draft, but I don't really have the time. They're gonna draft Shorzy. I think you're being sarcastic. I've never heard of what you're talking about. Let me look up. Doug Shorzy.
Wow. Laguna, the winner is the great Joe Sakic.
Joe Sakic. Oh, that's deserving. Finally. Who's Shorzy? Got me intrigued now.
First of all, thank you very much to the fans. Merci beaucoup. À vous les partisans. And it's a huge honor, the Jim Gregory Award. Truly grateful for this. I want to thank all the fellow general managers for this. It's just a pleasure being in the fraternity, and really proud of this award. I tell you
Big
what,
analytics guy,
see where
Joe Sakic.
this usually goes to winning teams, and I can't thank our coaching staff led by Jared Bednar, all of our players. I got to tell you, it was a pleasure watching him. I had the privilege of watching those guys.
Some off-ice
this year,
issues.
show their
Okay.
commitment to one another and persevere and find a way to win the Stanley Cup. So we wouldn't be here without those guys. My staff,
Simon Forsmark.
huge part of this, big help. All of our scouts are pros or amateurs. Everybody in the office.
So is his last name Shore or what?
It's an organizational work.
They don't even have him in the second round here.
Josh Kroenke, they're giving us that opportunity, sticking with us and believing in the.
What's his actual
I
name?
want to thank them. And
Because they don't even have the third round here.
I love her so much, being there supporting me and my kids, my three kids, Mitchell, Jason, Cameron.
What's his actual name?
So thanks again, and to all the
Shorzy.
players here, congratulations and best of luck.
The 17th selection in the 2022 NHL draft belongs to the Nashville Predators. Nashville, you're on the clock.
Congratulations to Joe Sakic, well deserved. How about some hugs, kisses, and some tears of joy?
Shorzy.
Families of the 16 picks so far, taking it like 16 down, 16 to go.
Sure.
We're halfway home. You're watching the 2022 NHL entry draft, hydrated by BioSteel.
The NHL Draft on Sportsnet is hydrated by BioSteel, the official sports hydration
Sure,
partner of the
2022 NHL Draft.
On July 15th.
I've always been an outsider. That's why I came here to be a samurai.
You're kidding me, right? One little tree can't come out and make you a samurai. The power is within yourself. One giant adventure. I have something to tell you. I'm your father.
When I Google it, nothing comes up.
Can better be better.
When I Google it,
Grab the brands they love on a tight budget.
okay.
We'll be able to talk everywhere. Can you hear me? Over.
It was so close, so close.
You have to say over.
Grit. Sure, it's mud and rocks and sweat and all that. Always will be. But grit is also an idea. An idea that changes the way we see and the way we do things. With an available iForce Max hybrid powertrain, the all-new Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit.
Summer drink days are on at McDonald's McCafe. And Enjoy refreshing Coca-Cola or delicious mid-cafe premium roast iced coffee. So bring on the heat and cool down.
How come I
with your
can't get
favorite
this
size
right?
Coca-Cola or iced coffee.
Sure.
All
See.
summer long.
When pain says you can't, fight it 2 ways with new Advil Plus acetaminophen. Ibuprofen targets pain. Acetaminophen blocks pain signals. New Advil Plus acetaminophen fights pain for up to 8 hours. Sportsnet Central. Nightly.
Overage your targets?
GM of the year, Joe Sakic. I'm wondering, there's so many things you have to do right to win. Is there a move or anything that you guys did that you particularly think of that stands out?
I don't know about one move, but first of all, I got a great staff, and everybody.
I still doesn't come up.
But we just had such a tremendous team, and right from the start of the year, they believed in each other. They were committed to doing the right things all year.
Oh, still doesn't come up, bud. I don't know.
Every player that we brought in.
Shorzy, 2002. Did he play?
With the group, and I'm sure they felt part of it.
Sudbury. Okay, that helps.
All those guys deserve credit for coming in and helping our group. And I mentioned it was a pleasure watching our team. Just seeing their commitment to one another.
Congratulations, Joe. Nationals going up to the podium. Enjoy.
All right, thank you.
All right.
It's not even a real thing. It's a mini series.
We'd like to say hello to our great fans in Nashville watching before ice tonight. With our first choice, National Hunters select from JYP in Finland, Joachim Kemmel.
They took Kemmel. He went down to Nashville, took Kemmel.
Well, there it is. Nashville at 17. Joachim Kimmel, right winger out of Finland. No doubt a great shot. And he actually was third in goals at the Helenka Gretzky Cup.
He's got a killer shot, but that's all he's got. That's the problem. Look at the shiny suit the dude's sporting, man. Holy crap.
For the first month and a half of the season, he was leading league in scoring. But if you go back to the great Finnish players in their first year of draft eligibility, typically that success translates to the National Hockey League. If you want to think about Rantanen or Barkov, these types of players. So when he was leading the league at that point, you thought, wow, this guy's unbelievable what he's doing at 17 yeyears old. And then
He could be like, if he got the rest of his game going, he could be like one of the best guys in the draft. His shot is insane.
He finally gets back. He can't pick up the same pace that he had previous to the injury. But then he goes to the under-18s, proves everyone, okay, everything's okay now. I'm back to being the guy.
Yeah, there you go. Beer League second liner.
I had the pleasure watching him live several viewings at the under-18s.
Oh, I'm sore today, Matt. I did a whole bunch of drywall. Hauling drywall down into a basement all day. I'm tired.
Something I noticed, and I just have to share this with our viewers, is
I think I heard something about that before, but
whenever Skelton carries the jersey up to the stage, and as soon as I saw Yanni Kemble right there,
well, that's like kind of the big names here now. Snuggerud would be the next big name. I think somebody's going to get a good one in Snuggerud if they take him.
That's a good little subtle hint. By the way, Finland's such an incredible hockey nation. That's the first Finn we've seen take it tonight. Bit of a surprise. I mean, every time you have some ups and downs as far as the country goes, but a bit of a surprise just because they put in so many quality NHL players.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that Slavkovsky played this kid just but no, you're absolutely right. I think Sam's point is really well taken in terms of injury.
Lettermacki, Oslin, Walking Kemmel. Oh, yeah, this is the one that Minnesota got for Fiala, which I think Fiala basically told everybody he wanted to go to L.A. because they didn't get all that much for him now. A late first and a weak draft in Brock Faber. I mean, Faber better be really good, but
Since the end of the combine, and that to some say, hey, it might have made a difference if you were a little bit taller. But
Minnesota now takes Snuggerud. That's that kind of player that they kind of need there.
It's a squad that has a prospect pool that needs more high-end talent. Petty Svechkov is a first-round pick. Zach Wheeler comes in from the Halifax Mooseheads, both taken in the first round last season, along with Luke Evangelista from the London Knights. You know, a first from last year's draft. All these are really good forward prospects, but what the Nashville Predators are really looking for here is a slam dunk. You wonder because this player just slid if they have one now, and Kemp will be standing by with Carol Kemp.
And Kim, I want to show you a picture because as a young boy in Finland, did you ever think that this was perhaps a possibility?
That's a long photo, and actually I wear maybe 6.
Nietzsche is not getting traded.
Was a Christmas, and I got new skates, and I loved it.
You'll be sleeping in this tonight, then.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm not sure what's nicer, though. Those skates or the custom suit tonight? We saw the sparkles on the outside. And then tell us about the liner, too.
Yeah, and the suit was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. Nice custom liner for a lot of the clients in Newport. Congratulations. Best of luck with your career.
Thank you.
All right, Garland, there's Joakim Kemell, 17th overall to Nashville. And the big storyline around Nashville, guys, is going to be Philip Forsberg. And can they get a deal?
Well, we got quite a few moves, man.
Right now between the agent for Philip Forsberg and
Yeah, I think Forsberg signing, and now Forsberg signing. You pick up McDonough, you can't not sign Forsberg now. There's no way. You got to sign Forsberg.
talking upstairs. Kemell fell a bit. You know, your guys were pretty excited to see that happen.
feel a little bit lucky. I mean, I know they would always say the same thing. Can't believe your player was there, but we had him rated in our top 10 and 17. I think that's pretty good. We did not feel that he would be there, so it's a little bit of a surprise for us. But
Kemell is, I don't know, he's an interesting player. If you can get him, and a great place to follow to Nashville because they're great at developing players.
It's our first and only option right now, so we'll exhaust everything we can do to get him signed.
Thanks very much, David.
Jeff?
You know, what are the undercurrents or what are the subtle stories that's going on here in the draft and around the NHL hockey world, and the world for that matter, is the Russian factory and players trying to leave to come back.
This would be the time that you should see some moves, but
unable to leave Russia, sent to a military base in northern Russia. I communicated with someone in Nashville.
Dallas is a great drafting team.
He's good to come over. They believe to arrive on Sunday.
Honestly, they're gonna take Snuggerud. I just want to say Snuggerud a lot. I just like that.
Let's hear from the Stars and who they're about to take.
There's so many guys they could take here, though. It's like,
We'd like to thank Jeff Molson.
what? Christian Kyrou, is that his brother? Oh, that was the second round. Nobody went really like crazy off the board so far.
Also, shout out to our official draft watch party in Dallas at the owner's box. Dallas Stars are pleased to select from Lexan, Liam Bixel.
Who? Just as I said that, I think they just went off the board.
First Swiss player taken in this draft was
Oh, my guy, Bischel, yeah. They picked my guy. They're so good at drafting. I love Bischel.
Harley, who's on the rise here, but one thing that they lack in that back end is that heaviness. You think about when Alexia left the company.
Wow, that was my guy. I love that guy.
As much for Dallas as it once did. Bixel's a guy who has no problem playing that.
I would have taken him too. I would have taken him before this now. I love this guy. If you like hard-hitting dudes, man. Yeah, he is old school. Dallas picked up a good one here. I think I would have. Honestly, I forgot that Bishop was there. I'm surprised Nashville didn't take him.
6'5", 215, and remember, he's the first Swiss-born D-man picked in the
6'5", 215.
Mueller back in 2013 by San Jose.
He's going to take a while to get in the league, but
in Switzerland with another bona fide NHLer coming out at number 18, Jason.
Well, I think the development is going to be really important for the player. He's an absolute giant of a defenseman. There's no question. So when he has time and space and arrives appropriately, he swallows people up. What I'm going to be looking for, though, in the North American game is his post-to-corner quickness and coming back, defending down low here in his zone. He's going to have to improve a little bit that way. He's going to put in the work, no question. And I have to say, at 6'5", 226,
he's like a Ben Sherratt. But he's got a lot of work to do, yeah. Maybe like Carlo, Brandon Carlo, guys like that.
Because it's a team with 3 solid forward prospects that will all join the mix sooner than later. Wyatt Johnson, first rounder last year with the Windsor Spitfires. He's going to be given every chance to start with the Dallas Stars next season. We look at Maverick Bork of Shawinigan, monster season, led the team to a Q title and a Memorial Cup berth as well. He's a first rounder from 2020. Logan Stankoven of the Kamloops Blazers, 104 points in the regular season, 31 more in the playoffs to lead all goal scorers. He looks great. As Sam mentioned, many expect Thomas Harley to stick next season, but they identified a need, and that is fill the prospect pool with defensemen. The Dallas Stars are set up front. They need help on the end, and they addressed it on the back end with the gentleman standing in the music here.
Well, Ian, it's the middle of the night in Switzerland, but you're confident your grandma is very much awake and celebrating?
Of course, like the whole family's up, they're all together by me at home, and yeah, it's a great night.
Well, you play in the top league in Sweden. How do you think that's prepared you for the NHL?
Really a lot. It was a tough year last year, and mentally also, like I needed to go through a lot of things, and it was a big show last year.
You've been to the States twice. Have you ever been to Dallas?
Yeah, at the away team, we was in Texas. Yeah, it was a great city there, and
Well, enjoy your time there. Congratulations.
thanks a lot. Thanks.
David?
All right, Carolyn, it is truly an international game. Take a look at this. I mean, we've had 9 different countries represented in the first round. That ties an NHL record from 2014 and 1999. Bichel, a Swiss player, and here's what we've seen in previous years in 1999 again. So it's really spread out throughout.
What's that? It's all over Twitter, right? Staring down the Montreal table. Really? Let me check that out.
Well, it's really cool, and I think what happens sometimes is that players retire and maybe they go back to their home countries and they start to change things a little bit, or sometimes North American players that played in the National Hockey League end up going to other countries and trying to implement some of the things that made them successful as players and coaches in North America. And I think about Craig Ramsey, and I think about how the Slovakian game has changed, where they used to play defense and be a country that didn't want to be scored against. Now they're an attack country. They're encouraging their young players to go out and play offense to try and beat other teams as opposed to prevent them from scoring. And I love that change in mentality because the young players these days, they're so talented, they're so skilled. They're all about improving in those areas and not just being guys who want to be good hockey players, but really excel and be elite hockey players.
You know, it's funny we're talking about Slovakia for a second. Talk about players putting their money where their mouth is. Zdeno Chara, Marian Gaborik, Marian Hossa, all played for Dukla Trenčín. They helped build a rink for Dukla Trenčín with their own money. That's how much they care about giving back to their society.
I think, Sam, just real quick, you hit on a very valuable point. Some of these countries used to play not to lose. Now they're playing to win. And what you're seeing is skilled players developing and coming here to the National Hockey League.
Let me tell you, the Minnesota Wild are making their way to the podium. Bill Guerin, the GM, in fact, he has this pick, 19. He also has pick number 24 coming up.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to look up, and then I went to look at all my other tweets here.
Big deal with the Kings. So Minnesota first of 2 picks over the next 5 picks. Again, Minnesota had a franchise record for wins and points. Didn't have a lot of playoff success, though, so they're trying to add something for the immediate future here. Let's hear what they have
What's Seth Jones about?
We'd like to thank the Montreal Canadiens, the City of Montreal, for being such gracious hosts. Congratulations to Joe Sakic, the Colorado Avalanche, and our deepest condolences.
Minnesota's taking Snuggerud.
With our first pick, we'd like to pick from your garden,
Nope.
Ogren.
Oh, they're taking Ogren.
So Liam Ogren, a right winger out of Sweden, the 5th straight European player taken in this draft, goes to the Minnesota Wild.
Wow, another Swede.
Known as a player with a lot of skill naturally to be taken this early on. Jason, give us the whole scouting report, though, on Ogren.
Captain of Team Sweden at the U18 Championships in Germany, came into the tournament suffering
Battles and works the wall.
and fought through it. What you just saw there is his tenacity.
Oh, good defensive guy.
A little bit to win a puck battle and to score a key goal. Here he's coming off the rush, chip out of the zone, quick give and go to the net, boom, let's put the puck behind the U.S. goaltender.
Good two-way guy.
200-foot game, big body, and showing he can elevate in the toughest time of year, playing through injury. I love his character. He should have been taken earlier. Just right now, I saw him on top. This is a character player with serious skill. I couldn't agree more with you.
Why do you think he slipped?
I don't know. Why did Kevin
Staring down the Cubs draft
What you
table.
said on the top, it was a bit of a crapshoot.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be kind of.
Is that what he was doing?
A lot of the names that we projected to be here are here, but the order is a little bit different than maybe we expected it to be. But of course, we said that there's going to be some volatility going into this draft class. And again, we talk about no discernible ledges. It means, hey, there are guys that some teams have extremely high on their list, where another team might have that same player 10, 15 spots, or maybe even out of the round.
I don't know if that's what he's doing there. Where are you getting that?
We haven't talked enough about this guy, is that he does play with some heaviness, with some bite to his game to go along with that skill. So when you marry the will and the skill together, plus you add the leadership qualities, it's pretty cool. There was a little bit of background noise surrounding this player going into Sweden. I think the team had to do this.
I don't know if that's what they were doing there.
Some of those things off ice were okay, and it looks as if Minnesota felt comfortable.
Yeah, Barry Smith was a coach at Djurgården. He's a good friend of mine. Coached in the NHL for a long time. He coached this player. He says all that other stuff you're talking about is a bunch of nonsense.
All right, well, this is live TV. You all know that, and including for the teams. There's lots going on the draft floor. Minnesota has 2 picks in 5, in 19 and 24. And they actually forgot the jersey. They forgot to bring the sweater up. They had to find the sweater.
They forgot the jersey.
Get him a sweater. He's a member of our franchise now.
My God, Minnesota forgot the jersey.
Draft from Montreal. Washington and Pittsburgh are coming up on Sportsnet. Hydrated by BioSteel.
So Minnesota signed Fleury. I did not see that coming, man. I didn't see Fleury at 3.5. Like, weird. I know, like, I guess it goes to say that if you have a chance, if Fleury can be as good as he's ever been, you got a chance, right? I think that's the only reason why they do that. I don't know why, like, Fleury was just there. He didn't want to move his family, I guess. I'm thinking that Fleury just didn't want to move his family too far. They were already in Minnesota. Or maybe Minnesota was the only team that was going to give him a 2-year contract. But I didn't see it coming. 2-year, $3.5 million each. So yeah, I was looking at the Islanders, and I don't know. You got Romanov. I mean, I suppose they're a little better team. He's a big kid. If he plays it simple, he's, it's not a bad top 4 now. So Montreal thought he was going to have more offense than he turned out having. But, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how he turns out there. And then Montreal, I was going to look up with Kirby Dach. I like Kirby Dach. I don't know. We'll see what he had a bad year last year, though. So he would be considered a third-line center now. Jake Evans a fourth. And they got to sign him. So I don't know what he's expecting money-wise, but they don't have much cap space, do they?
Well, and your dad's in the hockey world. He's a strength and conditioning coach. He's working
But
with
6'4", 24-year-old,
not just in the last few years.
you know, if you could get that in that spot, you'd probably be very happy. He had a weak year offensively last year. But it was a rough year in Chicago, so he's got a lot of leadership ability. I like the pickup. I thought it was worth it for what they did. Oh my gosh, Ovechkin looks so young. Holy crap.
Next two teams picking Washington at 20 and Pittsburgh at 21. I'm sure they're going to land a home run, gentlemen. Those were slam dunks. But yeah, those are quality players left to be picked as Ryan McClellan, the senior VP and GM of the Caps.
This is a big pick for Washington. They need picks like crazy.
Well, you look at Washington, they've got a pretty good track record of drafting in this area, but even at 20, this is one of the higher picks they've had in the first round.
Well, getting Doc doesn't help the tank, but keeping Allen as your number one does.
30-plus years, so they're not some youth right now.
Select from Russia, Ivan Marishnichenko.
Oh, they took Marishnichenko. Good for them. Nice.
Well, we talked about the Russian factor, but that didn't seem to scare off the Washington Capitals, who, of course, have the captain in Alexander Ovechkin. You've been big on this player. You've got a lot to say about this player. What's the scouting report here?
He's going to be a killer player whenever he gets over here.
The Russian factor, but the boy had to overcome a cancer diagnosis this year, because that's a feel-good story to begin with. But, hey,
Yeah, he had a cancer diagnosis, but
player in the hard areas, active to space, ups to the net, leads by example. This, for me, Sam, was a potential top 10 pick.
yeah. If he wouldn't have had cancer, he would have been a top 10 pick. Nice pickup.
If you're Ross Mahoney and the rest of that scouting staff, Stephen Bowman, you're thinking about
They could have just got a stunner of a pick here.
cancer diagnosis because of the fact that you didn't get an opportunity to see him. Maybe
Kid's already like a man already.
talking about an organization that's got great intel in Russia.
Well, I just want to say something real quick for here. Ross Mahoney and Steve Bowman in the scouting fraternity for North Americans spend, I think,
I would imagine, yeah.
in Europe scouting Europe products. So this isn't a surprise that they would have a significant amount of intel.
Marishnichenko, third scorer, he might have the best job in the draft. He really might. I mean, this is a legit player. And if he had not had the cancer diagnosis, he would have gone much earlier.
Yeah, he's recovering from Hodgkin's lymphoma. We wish him, of course, the best, and he's able to get back to hockey activities. That's a great story. There was the captain of Russia's gold medal team, of course, in the 2020.
Sweet pick. And now Yurov, too. Yurov is going to be a darn good one, too. I'm not really totally surprised he's not picked up yet, but
There's a couple of teams that we looked at that thought might go down this road. I think you're thinking about Tampa, you're thinking about Detroit, you're thinking about teams with multiple picks. And definitely Washington was one of those teams because they've got a lot of currency with Russian players. And anytime you go and draft that player, you want him to feel comfortable, especially this young guy, for all that he's been through. So he's going to be welcomed with open arms. And I think it's quite interesting that he's actually in the building here on site, which probably clears at least one major hurdle.
I agree with that. The agency brought him over early this spring after he got the healthy diagnosis.
who's next now?
Not be worried about anything. This is just a great story, and he's got significant offense up there.
And what makes it an even greater story is a particular scenario I'm just saying
Brad Lambert is just going to keep on falling, I guess.
A lot of people cheering for
I think Pittsburgh might take Lambert.
overall pick going to Washington. So much going on.
Lambert. It's not Lambert, it's Lambert.
You know, one kind of element that they were able to explore was he was getting treatment in Germany, and the under-18s were over in Germany. So at that point, he was exposed to a lot of teams that wanted to talk to him, see how he was doing, trying to get the medical reports to see if he was going to be cured. And that's,
But people could be going off the board here, or you're off. I think Pittsburgh's going to want somebody for now, though.
Great story because
I don't think they're going to want to take a Russian. They're going to try to take a guy that could play soon.
I mean, we went over the risks. You know, I think we got the medical report. We went through our doctors.
You got to figure Washington. I think Washington's going to pick up Bobrovsky. I swear to God. I do.
Was worth taking the risk involved. He's a really good player.
Just putting in Lambert, yeah.
Personality, they like the character. Like what he's done.
Sounds like something that they would do.
You know, hopefully it works.
He's probably the most. I don't know what it was, why he had such a bad season there in Finland or whatever it was.
We've got Steve Dangle and Colby Armstrong. They've got us covered live streaming the draft on YouTube, a different twist on all the things, and plenty of guests, lots of fun reaction to the great personalities in the game. Steve Dangle and Colby Armstrong, and of course their hydrated bio skills. So check that out on YouTube if you want another alternative to keep track of the last 12 picks coming tonight in Montreal in the 2022 draft. And again, Washington just went 20th. And, you know, you heard their GM explain their pick. And now you have Pittsburgh at 21, about to take the podium with GM Ron Hextall.
I think Lambert, yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, this is the blueprint for how you run a sports.
This team is going to look totally different over the summer. They've got a lot of cap space. They just signed Letang to till he's 41, which was weird. But more than likely, Letang will retire before the end of that contract.
This pick is really key for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Right, no second and no third round pick. And again, they lost in heartbreaking fashion.
Berkey.
To the New York Rangers in 7 games in the first round.
Berkey looks like he's having a heart attack every time you see him.
In fact, they've only had one first round pick, guys, since 2014. Sam went back in 2019 as the Penguins take the stage.
I love that, though. They're saying, you know what, we're in it to win it every year. So they're trading away their first pick. They're acquiring assets that are going to help them win now. And anytime you have Sidney Crosby, you're always in that win now mode. Good on the Pittsburgh Penguins, regardless of who's the general manager there, for going down that road continuously.
All right, well, we're waiting to hear their pick. Ron Hextall, the GM, is expected to make the
And Snuggerud keeps on falling.
21 we were just mentioning Colby Armstrong. He was taken 21st overall by the Penguins back in 2001. Here's Ron Hextall.
To announce our first pick,
Oh,
three-time Stanley Cup champion and Montreal native Chris Letang.
Hexy's looking old, man. Wow. Oh, Letang is going to announce it. Oh, he's from Montreal. Right. That makes sense.
Bonsoir Montréal. Merci beaucoup pour l'hospitalité. Les Penguins de Pittsburgh sont fiers de repêcher. The Pittsburgh Penguins are proud to select Owen Pickering.
Oh, they took Pickering. They went with the D-man.
Awesome. Look at that. Got the bow tie. I love it.
Owen Pickering.
He's rocking a bow tie.
Shot D-man, Swift Current of the WHL, and another Manitoba player.
Wow.
Selected. He joins his cousin as well, which is a great story. Matejchuk, who went a little earlier in this draft. So a big night right now for the WHL.
Oh, he's not rocking a bow tie. What are you talking about? Oh, Letang was rocking a bow tie. I didn't even notice that.
WHL title. Manny Vivros was the head coach and the general manager at that time. They went all in. They worked. They won the championship. They did get it done in the
Big,
Memorial Cup.
solid D. Probably not going to be an offensive D-man.
Head coach James said, Chad
But they're great at draft and development in Pittsburgh. Like, they don't get many picks, but they seem to hit a lot. So they probably nailed it. Manitoba boy. He looks like a Manitoba boy, too. Totally.
There's a whole bunch coming, most likely on day 2. This guy's the centerpiece of it all. And it's interesting, in the span of draft here, guy's 5'9". Now, he can kiss the street lamp. He's that tall.
Yeah, he is 6'4". Let's send it down to Kyle.
Well, David, we had Carolyn in the pre-show interviewing Pickering, Iggy, and Matejchuk, the 3 Manitoban boys, and they alluded to the fact that they all played baseball together. Once upon a time, they were all here in Montreal, representing Team Manitoba.
They've got a whole bunch of Manitoba guys in Pittsburgh.
Who could have imagined then that all 3 would be back in the same city years later, all selected in the first round
Oh,
of the
okay.
National Hockey League entry draft, David?
It's really a great story, right? And we're 21 picks in. We have 5 picks from the WHL, the Western Hockey League. We have 5 picks from Sweden. That's leading.
His nickname is Pickle.
To the podium.
Carol and I met him last night at a function, and it was a great story. He said, "Is at the combine, And I'm thinking about my weight, right? This is sleight of frame, right? He's so single, his eyes are single file. But anyways, he's sitting there and he's saying, I'm pounding water left, right, and center, like 3 liters. Like, I got to go to the washroom. I throw my phone in my pocket before I get on the scale. He hits 180. He hopped off that scale and hurried down the road. He went just to get to that 180 mark. So really cool how this young man, he knows what he's got to do. He's got to eat. He's got to put on some weight. He'll get more.
Oh, there he is, Weichel. We were just talking about you. Toronto guy. Yeah, probably. Who's going to take Mrazek, Weichel? I don't see anybody taking Mrazek.
You're watching the 2022 NHL entry draft from Montreal on Sportsnet. As always, hydrated by BioSteel.
Here with big league manager Denny Delgado to tell us about BetRivers.ca sportsbook app and same-game parlays. With same-game parlays, you can combine different bets from the same game. Plus, with award-winning customers.
Yeah, I would say he's staying in Toronto. I can't see anybody taking Peter Mrazek. You're stuck with him.
Home run. It's a home run.
I thought Fleury was going to Toronto. I heard that he was pretty cool with that idea. So I don't know what the hell they're doing now. Honestly, I don't know. Kemper's out there, but he apparently is asking for like $6 million. They haven't even talked to Jack Campbell yet. So Husso, I guess? I don't know. They got to do something. They got to do something, I figure. I don't know, dude. Toronto is perplexing. Well, Montreal made some nice moves today, I think. They have some young defensemen coming up, so they traded Romanoff, got Kirby Dach. I like that move, I do. They need that kind of attitude in that room. You ready to go? Okay, I'll end my stream now. I gotta go, guys. Sorry. I gotta go. I gotta pick up my wife from work. This was fun. I enjoyed it immensely. I'll try to get on. I'm hopefully get on with Peyton. We'd like to get on once or twice a week. And we'll do a lot more of this stuff. But I had a great time. Thanks for coming in, Mark. And Lauren, John, you came in a little late, but that's all right. Kraken, all of you guys, thanks for coming in. I got to head out. Have a great day, everybody. Okay, bye.